Nice.
He then said that he wanted the DNA test. And it was, why do you want a DNA test? Oh, no, because she cheated on me. That's not my kid. You know that that's your kid. I will never give you a DNA test. That's not going to happen. Because I know of course not.
But if he's asking for it.
I will not go it. I did my research. I will never, ever give him a DNA test. You will need to take me to court. I will never. Because then that's me justifying your lie.
But also, like, giving so? But I don't think it's justifying the lie. I think if you don't trust me about that, here it is. It's like this.
But he knows that this is his. He knows so much that he had reached out to his brother, and his brother had contacted me, and his brother was like, "Hey, I've been talking to him. He wants to know if you'll do a DNA test." And I told him, and I even sent him the text messages. He knows that this is his kid. I have everything in text.
No, okay, I see what you mean.
I will not get a kid for what? You look at my kid
like,
now. No, because you knew. Yeah. You know for a fact that this is your kid, even without seeing him.
Yeah.
You know that this is your kid. And then for you to go and say that now, okay, let me see how far I could go with this lie. Let me get her to do a DNA test so then I could tell all of my family I wasn't there and you guys weren't there because I didn't know it was my kid. That is BS. That's a lie.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's like, you think it's a lie?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Then you don't think it's yours, let's just do it then.
Pero all I have to do is show you my kid. You see my kid, and my kid looks identical to you.
I know.
And then he wanted me to do a DNA test while I was pregnant. You can't do that. Only one with blood. And why would I go and put the effort into it when I know that he's lying and he knows that he's lying?
But then he could say, well,
I can't listen to it anymore. I don't even know what the fuck she was talking about. I did what research? I did my research. He's lying. I could show you my kid. They look like his brother even. It was so much, a bunch of word salad going on. I didn't even know. I was still waiting to hear the concrete proof that that's his kid. I got text messages of me and his brother talking and all this. Like, what? The fact that she said he got to take her to court for him to get a simple DNA test. No, you don't. Get the kid. Matter of fact, they got these little test kits on Amazon you could order. Swab the kid, swab yourself, send it in, you get it back and you get the results back in 48 hours, 72 hours, whatever. I don't know how long it is. But he don't need to take her ass to court. And that's the type, fellas, that's the type of woman that you just bro, y'all gotta stop impregnating these women, man. Y'all gotta start really vetting and doing y'all research and talking to these women. Just let them talk, and then you will hear their mindset on how they speak. What? Take me to court?
Stop the cap.
Yeah, I'm not buying a word from a thought, especially one who thinks you'll need to sue her in court just to get the truth. Anyone who's been with her, including the guy who knocked her up, this is the reality you're dealing with, and you might be stuck with it for 18 years. Raising a kid together. This bedwench is going to influence a future human being, and that's why we see so many messed up kids today. They're raised by women like her. What's worse, she lies with such conviction that she might even believe her own stories. And seriously, how did two guys overlook the fact that this 304 has a deeper voice than mine?
This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. But this is bullshit.
And this is why she's single. Twerking in a video screams streetwalker to any respectable man, even if she isn't one. It just broadcasts that image. She failed at marriage and still thinks she's at a disadvantage. It's astonishing how many women have 10 times more opportunities than the average man and still manage to mess things up, then play the victim. For those who can't catch the text quickly, it says it's impossible for a woman over 37 to find a partner. She claims she has no children, cooks delicious food, and has a big house, asking if she's really that bad. The answer? Yes, you're barking up the wrong tree on TikTok. You're super masculine and nearly past the wall. At your age, 90% of your eggs are gone, and no man with a future is going to pick you.
And I literally turned around and I was like, get in your car and leave. You are not coming back inside. We're done. Took me a few days to process what went down and be able to come on here and be ready to kind of give you guys a story time. This definitely is not going to be the dating update that anyone is looking forward to, unfortunately, but let's talk about it. I'll know that I've been seeing Church Guy. He's been so amazing, like almost too good to be true. Met this man, he took me to church. We've been on, 6 or 7 dates since. Things were getting pretty serious. We were having some serious conversations. Like, I cannot explain to you how kind and respectful, and this man has just been everything. They're kind of progressing with us. I thought, why don't I have him meet my friends? Like, that could be fun. So I invited him to come to my friend's Super Bowl party. Super exciting. I was waiting all week. It had been a week since I had seen him, so it's the longest that we've gone since we've met. So he picks me up at my house and we head to the party together. When we got to the party, so this is the first red flag of the evening. We're walking into the house holding hands. The minute that we open the door and walk into the home, he drops my hand. Like, he doesn't want to hold my hand. In my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe he's anxious. Like, maybe he's overwhelmed. He doesn't want to be holding my hand the first time he meets everybody. That's fine. I totally get that. Grab some plates of food and I'm like, let's go sit with everybody. Like, all my friends are in the living room watching the game. And he's like, no, I want to sit out here, and goes to there's like a side porch, like screened in area where there was one of my friends and another TV, but everyone's inside. And I'm like, well, let's sit inside with everybody. Like, there's plenty of room. He just sits down out there and says, I'm sitting here. So again, I'm like trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, he's probably overwhelmed. There's so many people. Like, maybe he wants to just eat first and then we can go join everybody. So at this point, we're out there, we're eating our food, we're watching the game. Of course, everyone's talking about the Super Bowl commercials, and a commercial comes on for this company I've never heard of. And I'm like, I can't believe this company has the budget to spend $7 million for a Super Bowl commercial. Like, to me, that's so wild. Like, that must be such a waste of money. Like, there's no way that this company is like big enough to afford that. He gets like very worked up about it and was like, you don't know what you're talking about, like blah blah blah. And I kind of just brushed it off. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, he's still wanting to sit out there. I'm like, okay, like at this point I'm like, whatever, I don't care where we sit, we're watching the game, it's fun. I was like, oh, who's the halftime show? It's Usher, whatever. And I'm like, I bet, I'm telling you, Justin Bieber is gonna come out. Like, I literally will bet you, like, let's bet right now. I swear, like, he has to come out. Like, it's Usher and Justin Bieber. Like, he has to bring Justin out. And the church man looks at me and goes, why do you think you know effing everything? Says the F word to me. Excuse me? Like, not only are you cursing at me in front of my friends, the tone of voice he used and the way he spoke to me, like, he has never spoken to me like that before. Like, and I understand a lot of our time has been on like one-on-one and in private, like on dates and things, like just the two of us. And like, we have never really been in a situation where we're around a lot of people. But I was like genuinely, like, I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. I had him thinking, did he really just say that to me? Like, did he really just speak to me like that? I look back to the TV, the game's still playing, the Super Bowl, and goes, look at me when I'm speaking to you. I turn my head back to him from the TV. And I just stood up. I just stood up and walked out. I was like, I am not going to sit here and let any man, much less some man who I'm not even dating, like, you're not my boyfriend. What makes you think, I don't care if you are my boyfriend. Like, what makes you think it's okay to speak to another person like that? Over Justin Bieber. Like, this isn't even a serious conversation. This isn't even a serious argument. I literally am just saying, like, this is my opinion. Like, oh my gosh, I totally think Justin Bieber is going to, like, come out. Like, he got so worked up that I had that opinion, that he thought it was okay to speak to me like that. Went and spoke to my friends, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, he's not, like, no. Like, whatever it is that we have going on, like, this is done. Like, I don't care. Like, that is such a red flag that you think at this point in our relationship, you already feel comfortable enough to speak to me like that. Like,
according to the hashtag, she's a single mum like her kid is younger than 3 years old.
So I'm talking to this guy, it's going well, and I thought it's time that I go to his place. I wanted to bring him his favorite dessert because I like to bake. He said he wanted cookies. Easy enough, right? I go to bring him the cookies, and he opens the door, and he goes, those cookies look great, but I only want to taste your cookie. And I'm like, these are my cookies, what do you mean? He was talking about my ooh-ah.
Seriously, what was that? She wrote in the video description that bad dates run in her DNA. And I bet it's because she's only picking Chads and Tyrones. Who invites someone over for a first date and expects anything else but Netflix and chill? It's like a guaranteed signal she's looking to hook up. Modern women love to tease and hint at sex, thinking it's all cute. Then, when men catch on and call their bluff, they turn around and call him a pig.
I've had boyfriends in the past, not one of them has ever raised their voice at me. Not one of them has ever cursed at me or in front of me even. Like, I don't stand for that behavior. Like, I am not the one. I don't know who you think you are. I was like, absolutely not. So I went inside with my friends. At this point, he's out there like talking to somebody by himself. I'm like, I'm done. He needs to leave. Like, I don't want him here. They're all like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. I was like, no, I'm kicking this man out. He needs to leave. I don't want him here. Like, at this point, it wasn't even the halftime show yet. Like, he didn't even make it to halftime without acting like a douche canoe. How do I get this man to leave without causing a huge scene? I ended up texting him and I was like, hey, like, meet me, like, sneak outside and meet me out front. Comes out and he's kind of like, hey, babe, like, he literally in his head thought that I was like texting him because I wanted to like sneak off and like we were gonna like make out in his car. Like, that's what he thought. That's how unaware he is about the way that he treats people. Why did you call me out here? And I was like, because I want to talk to you about the way that you spoke to me inside. Like, that was unacceptable. And he was like, no, like immediate gaslighting. Like, it just really triggered me. And it was really upsetting that you're the kind of person that just makes assumptions and you just think that you know everything. Like, blah, blah, blah. Why does it bother you that I have an opinion? Like, why does it bother you that I think, oh, Justin Bieber is going to come out with the halftime show? Like, why is that so triggering to you? He's like, I just don't want to be with somebody who like makes assumptions. Like, what if I do something and you're just going to jump to a conclusion? Like, you're just going to jump to an assumption about. I literally was like making a guess about who's going to win the Super Bowl or whether or not Justin Bieber is going to come out at the halftime. One, not an assumption. There's assuming something, being like having assumptions is totally different. Two, it has nothing to do with our personal relationship or the kind of person that I am. Like, girls aren't allowed to guess now. Like, girls aren't allowed to have guesses. You don't need to worry about me ever making an assumption about you in a relationship because there's not going to be a relationship. Whatever we have here is done. This is it. Like, you will never speak to me or see me again after tonight. I was like, the way that you spoke to me, I saw what I needed to see. Like, if you think it's honestly okay to treat people like that, whether you treat me like that, whether you treat other people like that, whether you treat our future children like that, like, absolutely not. And he just kept on trying to gaslight me to leave. Like, I don't want you here. You need to get in your car and leave. And he literally got in his car and he zoomed off. And as I'm walking back in the house, I'm like, I don't want him following me on social media. I don't want him having any access to me or my life. Like, he's kind of scary. Like, his behavior honestly like scared me a little bit. I went on Instagram to find his profile to like remove him as a follower, and I couldn't find his page. As he was driving off in a fury, fuming, he had already blocked me on all social media. He had already blocked my number, like literally like cuckoo. Like, I can't.
Sounds like she got really upset when he blocked her first. That probably stung the most because, like many modern women, she can't handle rejection. If she truly didn't care, him blocking her would have felt like the trash taking itself out, making her life easier. Instead, she labeled him a weirdo because she wanted the power to refuse him on her own terms. Already, there's reason to be skeptical of anything she says. If she can't keep the father of her child around for more than 2 years, that speaks volumes. She's clearly not handling things well. There's a reason she's single. And her story doesn't add up. Either she's leaving out crucial details or lacks self-awareness. It's likely the guys at the church saw her and her friends and figured she's probably the same as them birds of a feather flock together. She seems like a typical modern woman. And I wouldn't be surprised if she disrespected him during their conversations or is passive-aggressive as well.
Women are delusional to think that they ever need to pay for a date with a man and don't value anything that they don't work hard for. Tonight at dinner, I'm watching this couple, and my date, Cooney, is telling a very interesting story about crypto, and he stops because he sees me looking at them, and he goes, something catch your attention? And I said, yeah, she just paid the bill. And he goes, well, what if they're married? And I said, ew. Even if you're married, you're still going to be the one to write the check and sign the tip. Who cares if it's both of their money? Who cares if she's just the one writing the tip and paying with his money? And I said to Cooney, first of all, it's embarrassing to the woman to pay in public because people are sitting there judging her like myself. Especially that you're being out in Orange County and you're paying when you're with a man in like one of the richest parts of America. My heart just like breaks for her. And I told him, I don't care if they're married and it's his money. He should still sign the check because it's his way of saying, this is my money, this is my family, and this is my bitch. And he was like, oh, so a man should still sign the bill just to prove that it's his woman. And I was like, yes, babe, like, I'm never signing the check when we're married. I said, so should a woman drive a car just because they're married? I'll never drive a car if a man is around either. And then I just made out with him and I was like, I know who's daddy around here. I know who's the boss. Thank God we never have to worry about that. Know your role. Stop deviating from your core competency. Okay, men buy a house. Women make it a home. I'm so done with this feminist bullshit. It has gone too far. It's not serving women. Now we end up paying for dates. We end up pursuing men. And men really think that they're the prize. Men propose to women, not the other way around. Men fall in love with you through investing in you. You need to let them spend a lot of money on you, honey. And if you're a professional, elite level like me, you end up as a 5-star couple, and you're saving yourself for marriage, and he pays your rent, and you've never touched inside his pants, and he gives, protects, and cherishes you, and you have nothing to prove. This is what it looks like to get to a place of healed feminine energy. And your capacity to receive so much goes up. You let a man invest in you so much that that's how he falls in love with you. By the time that he thinks about ever walking away, he's already invested too much. He's already raised your stock value so much, and he's taking you to the 5-star restaurants where you can meet other men who will follow you to the bathroom just to ask for your number for a chance to win your heart and compete with the current man who's treating you like a queen. Please stop thinking that you ever have to pay, Angel. Sit on your hands if you have to. 50-50 girls don't get queen treatment or marriage. Queens get queen treatment and marriage.
Not sure if she's serious or joking, but if she's claiming to be a virgin, she doesn't look the part. The most irritating thing is when used-up women say they'll wait for marriage, it's too late for that. They should have kept things closed from the start. It's like trying to sell a beat-up, old car for the price of a new one. A man falls for a woman who is kind, cooks, cleans, stays loyal, and knows how to keep her legs closed. If all she's offering is being a financial burden, even if you were a virgin, not fulfilling wife duties while expecting husband duties won't work out. Eventually, the man will see her as a gold digger and move on. As always, wishing you tremendous success. Now, it's your turn. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this video valuable, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Leave a comment and share with others. See you in the next video. Until